Terence Crawford isn't leaving anything to chance in his preparation for a monumental fight against Canelo Alvarez. Recognizing the magnitude of this challenge, Crawford has gone beyond his usual training methods and enlisted the expertise of a legend who knows exactly how to beat Canelo Alvarez in the ring. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Mayweather, famously the first and only man to hand Canelo a loss, has joined Crawford's camp, bringing with him a wealth of experience and a meticulous approach to training.
He's the king. So, you think you guys got a lot in common? In some aspects, yeah, we do. How are you guys different? Both.
Stakes couldn't be higher. For Crawford, this fight isn't just about defending his legacy. It's about proving he can dominate in a new weight class. The weight difference is a significant hurdle, as Crawford will be moving up to 168 pounds for the first time. To adapt to this unfamiliar territory, Crawford has started his training camp unusually early, allowing himself months to build muscle, adjust his physique, and refine his strategy for the September bout. While Crawford plans to take a short break mid-year, his early start ensures he'll have ample time to perfect his craft and enter the ring in peak condition. One of the most intriguing aspects of this collaboration is the specific expertise Mayweather brings to the table. Known for his defensive mastery, Floyd has focused on sharpening Crawford's defense, a skill set that was instrumental in his own victory over a younger,
Reach from the left hooks again. And the lightning hand speed extraordinary. Left hook drops him. And then he hit his head off the miss here at the MGM.
less experienced Canelo in 2013. During their training sessions, the pair worked intensively on techniques like the shoulder roll, precise footwork, and deceptive body feints, all of which allowed Floyd to neutralize Canelo's powerful offense during their 12-round clash. Back then, Canelo was just 23 years old and brimming with confidence, but Mayweather's unparalleled defensive skills left him frustrated and ineffective. It's those very tactics that Mayweather is now instilling in Crawford. Mayweather's influence in the boxing world extends far beyond his own legendary career. Over the years, he has mentored some of the sport's brightest stars, including Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Davis, all of whom have flourished under his guidance. His ability to break down an opponent's style, identify weaknesses, and create a game plan is unparalleled. For Crawford, having Floyd in his corner is like having a cheat code to one of the biggest fights of his career. Crawford himself has expressed how invaluable this partnership has been. Despite being a seasoned fighter with an undefeated record and more than 40 professional bouts, Crawford recognizes that stepping into a new weight division requires a different mindset and approach. At this stage in his career, just a few fights away from potential retirement, he's determined to leave nothing on the table. That's why he turned to Floyd Mayweather, a man who has conquered 5 weight divisions, to guide him through the nuances of this transition.
Both boxing. I think, I take more chances,
Excuse me, Crawford?
right now. But earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So,
Mayweather's presence in Crawford's camp isn't just symbolic. It's a strategic move aimed at making history. Crawford isn't just fighting to win. He's fighting to solidify his legacy as one of the greatest boxers of all time. And with Mayweather's guidance, the stage is set for one of the most highly anticipated showdowns in recent boxing history. But the question remains, will Mayweather's blueprint for defeating Canelo work for Crawford at 168 pounds? Or will the Mexican champion prove too formidable in this new chapter of their careers? One thing's for sure, the boxing world will be watching. In a recent interview, Floyd Mayweather offered a rare glimpse into his mindset leading up to his legendary fight against Canelo Alvarez.
That's gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle. They should feel that way. So if he feel that way, more power to him. I had one fight, and the fight wasn't actually at a
fight that solidified his status as one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time. Reflecting on the tension before the bout, Mayweather recalled how Canelo, then a rising star in the sport, openly questioned whether Floyd had the courage to face him. At one point, Canelo said, "I didn't want to fight him." He even offered to meet at 152 or 152.5 pounds. Floyd shared, "So, I called his bluff and agreed to the catch weight." After Canelo made weight, he rehydrated to around 168 or 170 pounds, while I stayed at 151 or 152. But that catchweight wasn't my idea. Anyone can look up the article to see that. The catchweight agreement was a pivotal moment, with many critics suggesting it would favor the younger, naturally bigger Canelo. However, Mayweather used the situation to showcase the brilliance of his preparation and skill. At the time, I think Canelo believed I feared him, but when we fought, my defense was so sharp he couldn't land clean punches.
It was at a catchweight, but it wasn't my idea. So at one particular time, you guys can, anybody, you can go online and pull this up. It was an article. So with Canelo said, I believe Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him.
Floyd continued, "That's the difference experience and skill can make. It's not about power or size. It's about using your mind and making the right adjustments." Canelo was just 23 years old at the time and carried a reputation as one of the sport's brightest prospects. Mayweather, in contrast, was 36 years old and already a seasoned veteran of the ring. The disparity in experience became glaringly evident once the bell rang. Throughout the 12-round bout, Canelo found himself swinging at air, unable to penetrate Mayweather's impeccable defense. Floyd's mastery of distance, timing, and counterpunching left the young Mexican star visibly frustrated, a lesson that has stayed with Canelo ever since.
And one thing that makes Mayweather frustrating to fight, he'll land these right hands, but he will not engage in a slugfest. So you're still getting hit with 6s and 7s on a scale of 1 to 10. Consistent 6s and 7s, but he's not opening up so that you might land a big shot on him.
He's so much under control. Look at the way he makes Alvarez. He's making him look like an amateur. Canelo comes in on him, jab, 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 miss, 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 miss with the right hand. Here he is again, miss, 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 miss. Oh, misses.
He has to gamble.
He's got to gamble, Davey.
He's got to get inside, even though he's lining it up. He has to throw the technique idea to the window and just lower his shoulders and go after Mayweather. Whatever he pays, so what?
Folks, you are watching absolutely one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing. Be pleased you spent your money to see this. Be pleased. This is history in the making.
For Terence Crawford, Mayweather's ability to overcome Canelo's youth and size is more than just a historical moment. It's a blueprint. With Crawford preparing for his own fight against Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds, he knows he's stepping into unfamiliar territory. While Crawford has been dominant at welterweight, moving up in weight comes with unique challenges, including dealing with larger opponents who can take and deliver punches differently. It's no wonder Crawford sought out Mayweather's guidance, recognizing the immense value of learning from someone who's been in his shoes and come out victorious. Boxing fans have often compared Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, noting their technical brilliance and ability to break down opponents. Despite the comparisons, Crawford has always been vocal about his respect for Mayweather's legacy. When asked about their similarities, Crawford humbly replied, "He's the king." Crawford praised Mayweather's unparalleled ability to adapt mid-fight, saying, "We have a lot in common, but we're different. I take more chances." Early in his career, Floyd took a lot of chances too, but later, he adapted his style to his circumstances. It depends on which Floyd you're talking about, Money Mayweather or Pretty Boy Floyd. This distinction between Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather is one that Crawford finds particularly fascinating. During the Pretty Boy era, Mayweather was an aggressive, knockout-seeking fighter who relied on his speed and precision to overwhelm opponents.
Hit and not get hit, and to make the adjustments that he's made to certain fighters.
As Money Mayweather, he evolved into a defensive mastermind, prioritizing longevity and calculated precision over brute force. Crawford, for his part, sees a bit of himself in both versions. Like Pretty Boy Floyd, Crawford has built his reputation by taking risks and delivering spectacular performances, including his recent domination of Errol Spence Jr. in what many consider one of the finest displays of boxing in recent memory. Crawford's fight against Spence was nothing short of a masterclass. Over 9 rounds, Crawford methodically dismantled the highly respected Spence, knocking him down 3 times before securing a 9th-round TKO.
He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time.
Performance not only cemented Crawford's place among the greats, but also showcased his ability to adapt, adjust, and dominate at the highest level. Yet, even with such accolades, Crawford understands that facing Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds is an entirely different challenge, one that requires meticulous preparation and a willingness to learn. Perhaps that's why Crawford sees Mayweather as more than just a mentor. He sees him as the ultimate example of how intelligence, strategy, and skill can overcome any obstacle in the ring. With Mayweather's guidance, Crawford is not just preparing to fight Canelo. He's preparing to etch his name into the history books as one of the few fighters capable of conquering multiple weight classes and toppling one of boxing's biggest stars. The question now is whether Crawford can replicate Mayweather's success, or if Canelo, now a more seasoned and formidable fighter, will prove too much for the undefeated welterweight king. For fans, the anticipation couldn't be greater, as history seems poised to repeat itself, or take a dramatic turn. Terence Crawford's recent performances have solidified his reputation as one of the most gifted fighters of this generation. His impeccable jab, sharp timing, and ability to throw precision punches even in the tightest exchanges reflect a mastery of the sport that few can match. These qualities, combined with his explosive finishing power, make Crawford a unique figure in the pantheon of boxing greats. Many fans and analysts agree that while Floyd Mayweather's iconic 50-0 record may never be equaled, Crawford's electrifying style and killer instinct place him in the conversation as one of the all-time best. This raises an intriguing what-if scenario that has captivated boxing enthusiasts for years. What would happen if Terence Crawford faced a prime Floyd Mayweather? On paper, it's a dream matchup that pits two masters of the craft against each other. Crawford's aggressive, high-volume approach versus Mayweather's methodical, almost impenetrable defense. The fight would be a chess match of jabs, feints, and counters. Imagine the opening rounds, where both fighters would look to assert their dominance in the jab exchanges. Crawford's straight, powerful jab has dismantled even the toughest opponents. But could it break through Mayweather's Philly shell? And when it comes to counterpunching, would Crawford's ability to switch angles and attack from unpredictable positions outmaneuver Mayweather's razor-sharp timing and impeccable footwork? The debates about a hypothetical fight like this are endless. Mayweather's defensive genius and unparalleled ability to make opponents miss, paired with his mastery of controlling the pace, would undoubtedly pose problems for Crawford. Yet Crawford, with his unrelenting pressure, speed, and precision, would offer a unique challenge to Floyd's technical brilliance. Some experts speculate that Crawford's adaptability and willingness to take calculated risks could lead to him outworking Mayweather in a close fight. Others believe Floyd's ability to neutralize opponents, no matter how versatile or powerful, would leave Crawford frustrated and playing catch-up. In the end, it's a debate best left to the imagination, but one thing is clear. Both fighters represent two distinct, yet equally effective styles of boxing greatness. Stepping away from fantasy matchups, the reality for Crawford is equally compelling. His decision to move up in weight and challenge Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds is a bold step that few fighters would dare take, especially given the risks associated with jumping weight classes. History has shown how difficult it is for fighters to carry their power, speed, and endurance to higher divisions. For every success story, there are cautionary tales. Canelo Alvarez himself, despite his dominance in multiple weight classes, struggled significantly against Dmitry Bivol in their 2022 bout. In that fight, Canelo landed a career-low 84 punches and looked overwhelmed by Bivol's size. Reach and technical skills, ultimately losing by unanimous decision. Crawford is keenly aware of the dangers of moving up in weight and is determined not to repeat the mistakes of others. This is where Floyd Mayweather's expertise becomes invaluable. By bringing Mayweather into his training camp, Crawford isn't just looking to refine his skills. He's looking to absorb the wisdom of a fighter who mastered the art of adaptation. Mayweather's success across 5 weight divisions speaks to his ability to prepare for and neutralize bigger opponents. From his victory over Oscar de la Hoya at super welterweight to his complete dismantling of a young Canelo Alvarez,
Look at this defense, unbelievable. The young boxing fans that are watching Floyd Mayweather, you're seeing one of the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I mean, that's how strong.
Nowhere and then he's nowhere. You think you can.
And again, it's not just hand.
Floyd has repeatedly demonstrated that size alone is not enough to overcome skill, strategy, and experience. Crawford's decision to learn from Mayweather reflects his respect for this philosophy and his commitment to leaving no stone unturned in his preparation.
It depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about money or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
Training with Mayweather offers Crawford more than just technical insights. It provides him with a mental edge. Mayweather's ability to stay calm under pressure, read his opponents, and control the pace of a fight is legendary. For Crawford, who already possesses an elite boxing IQ, these lessons could be the key to successfully navigating the challenges of fighting at 168 pounds. Mayweather's emphasis on defensive fundamentals, such as foot positioning, head movement, and counterpunching, will likely complement Crawford's natural offensive instincts, making him an even more dangerous opponent.
Over to the head, the way he rolls with punches. Look at the way he makes them miss. I mean, here we go. Through a series of punches, and nothing really landed. Terrific fight for Mayweather.
Fans are already buzzing with anticipation for Crawford's next fight, as the stakes couldn't be higher. Moving up in weight to challenge a fighter as seasoned and accomplished as Canelo Alvarez is a career-defining decision. It's a test not only of Crawford's physical abilities, but also of his mental toughness and strategic preparation. With Mayweather in his corner and his own extraordinary talent, Crawford has the tools to make history. However, questions remain. Will his power translate to the higher weight class? Can he handle Canelo's size and strength? And perhaps most importantly, can he impose his will against an opponent who has faced and defeated some of the best in the sport? As we look ahead, one thing is certain. Terence Crawford's journey is far from over. His willingness to take on challenges that others might avoid speaks to his desire to be remembered as more than just a great fighter. It's about cementing his legacy. With each bold move, Crawford continues to prove that he's not just chasing victories, he's chasing greatness. And with the help of Floyd Mayweather, he just might achieve it. Okay guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.